Boruto, Naruto, The Next Generation. Now, if that title doesn't sound to you like a gigantic, unnecessary cash grab, I don't know what would. But my friends are big Naruto fans, so I decided to start watching the show, so I had something to talk to them about. Imagine my surprise when this show turned out to be really, really, really good. I was insanely surprised. I'm still surprised now. But let me explain it to you guys. So, Boruto, Naruto The Next Generation, as the name implies, is about Boruto, Naruto's son, and his band of friends who are all children of other characters from Naruto, and most of them look like their parents and act like their parents, and the show is just their parents back in kid form. And this is probably the worst description of this show that can be given. Because the show is really all about rejecting that entire idea. So Boruto himself hates his father for not being around, for not giving him any priority, for being too busy with work and never being with his son. So Boruto hates Naruto, and Boruto does everything he can to distance himself from the idea of his father. Because Boruto is the Hokage's son, like the big head guy in charge's son, and is constantly identified as such. People are surprised and people have all these expectations for Boruto because he is Naruto's son. But Boruto hates this, and he spends all of his time rejecting this idea and trying to be independent, try to be his own person. And so Naruto, The Next Generation, is really about rejecting the expectations of your own birth. That's everything Boruto seeks out to do. He's trying to gain his own independence. He's trying not to be defined by his own birth. So the first arc just finished, and even the main villain of this first arc ends up being a child who was born to take revenge for their father. And that was their whole purpose since birth, to avenge their father. And this conflict is resolved not through a big superpowered fight like we're used to seeing from Naruto after all these years, but rather Boruto drilling into their head, having a conversation and giving them the idea that you are not defined by the expectations of your birth. You are your own person, and just because this is what you were born to do, you have no reason to do that. Just because the show Boruto was born to just be a cheap cash grab for Naruto, that's not what it needs to be. And it's seeking out to be so much more than that, and it's being told directly through the story in the show, through Boruto itself. Boruto is the story about Boruto, going both ways. And I think this is a really, really interesting idea, and it makes me really excited, because that's such a brilliant way to go about this, because I thought it's a cheap cash grab. Everybody thinks it's a cheap cash grab, but it's really its own entity, and it's striving very hard to be its own thing, and it's doing a great job of that. And even the other aspects of the show are great so far. I really like the characters, their interactions, how much focus it's placing on these things. And the show's doing a really, really good job. By far, the worst thing about the show, though, is the title. Because the show is about rejecting the expectations of where you came from, yet the word Naruto is still in there. The show's not Boruto, it doesn't stand on its own, it's Naruto The Next Generation. The title of the show completely contradicts exactly what Boruto is trying to do, and that really disappoints me. Part of me really hopes that they just drop the subtitle once Boruto himself gains his complete independence and is no longer seen as Naruto's child. When he rises above that, then the show can just drop the subtitle and just be Boruto, and I think that would be an amazing, incredibly symbolic thing, and that would be awesome, but that's just me hoping. But besides that, everything else it's doing is fantastic, and if you like Naruto, you gotta go watch it. If you didn't like Naruto, I still recommend checking it out, because it's a super solid shonen right now. It's very, very interesting, and it's legitimately great. So you should go watch it, and you should also subscribe to me, PhysAnime. I'll see you guys in the next video.